All right, next up, and this is also really great too, the fact that D-Luke hates alcohol, and right beside him is another bartender who hates alcohol. We got Diona next. Birthday, January 18th, affiliated with the Cat's Tail, with a cryovision and a constellation of Felis. A young lady who has inherited trace amounts of non-human blood. She is an incredible popular bartender of the Cat's Tail Tavern, aka Cat's Line Blood. Character details. Whenever a guest walks into the Cat's Tail, they will immediately glance in the direction of the bar. Behind it often stands a girl with mildly twitching cat ears, cocktail shaker in hand, and an unhappy look on her face. This is the mixologist Diona, ascendant star of Mondstadt's wine industry and the greatest challenger to its traditional powerhouse. However, she does not make these wonderful cocktails on purpose. Indeed, quite the opposite. Her mixing methods can seem a little inscrutable to the outsider. To herself, she tries nothing less than her hardest to ruin that hateful grog. But no matter the drink, it turns out to be unremarkably scrumptious brew, so long as it's passed through her hands. This is a blessing she has received, though that blessing is a huge headache for her, for this mixologist claims herself to be the wine industry slayer, and her final objective is the utter destruction of Mondstadt's entire wine industry. If that happens, Mondstadt goes under, because the only thing they got going for them is the wine industry in terms of income. She's gonna single-handedly bring down Mondstadt the same way that the Archons brought down Conria. I'm looking forward to that arc in the future. Character story 1. Coming to the Cat's Tail to serve as the bartender was really a prank on Diona's part. The first step in her master plan. When patrons came in, they would enjoy her look of disgust as they got ready for the Diona special. Oh, like her ultimate Diona special. Here, drink this sea salt lizard and kiss your life as an alcoholic goodbye. So she would say, thus ruining those booze hounds' appetites. And yet, glug glug. Wow, I've never had such a wonderful drink. Can I get a refill, miss? You want a refill? To this day, Diona has struggled with her unbroken record of mixing fine drinks. Unable to accept defeat, she has yet to give up on her dream of producing something truly disgusting. However, the results are always the same, and the Cat's Tail remains a popular watering hole, with its pleased patrons sinking praises unending for her skill. All poor Diona can do is puff up her cheeks, tears forming in her eyes as she grumbles, "Just you all wait." So I've said this before. I said this primarily during her character hangout. All Diona has to do is have somebody under the bar mix the drinks for her and present it. That's how you sabotage people. Granted, she'll get fired and somebody else will replace her, but it's so easy. She understands her disposition too. Character story 2. Diona's father, Draff, is the best hunter in Springvale. With a resolute face, honing hunting technique, and calm judgment calls, he fully deserves to be the leader of the huntsmen of Springvale and is an example to them all. In Diona's young mind, her father was her shining, perfect idol, the person she wanted to be, and that was also why she cried her heart out the day the pedestal she had put her father upon abruptly shattered. When he's drunk, he's like a wild boar running about in the mud. So she said, her eyes ringing red. But Diona was not ready to blame this on her father's terrible drinking habits, for how could such a great father have such faults? It's the wine's fault. It bewitches people and makes them stupid. This is the source of Diana's hatred for alcohol and the beginning of the Cat's Tail's turn in fortune. That said, Margaret, the owner of the Cat's Tail, has never expected any of this to happen at all. Rather, she had a much simpler reason for hiring Diona. What choice did I have? She's just too cute. And she kind of fits the whole cat aesthetic. It's good marketing. It's good business overall. But yeah, I figured like her father drinking is what drove her to hate alcohol overall, and probably how it affected her life growing up. Character story 3. Many patrons believe that Diona's feline ears and tail were part of her uniform as the bartender. This persisted until one day when one particularly plastered fellow tugged her tail out of curiosity, only to find it unexpectedly warm and soft. That day, Diona turned the tavern upside down. These feline features are the hallmark of those with cat's line blood in their veins, and it is an extraordinarily rare sight in Mondstadt. The cat's line race is prominent in other regions of the world then. Other than such aesthetic similarities, Diona and her father Draff owe their prowess on the hunt to this ancient bloodline. Infiltration, archery, climbing, and dodging. Diona required no teacher for such skills. Ah, yes, and she also has a pair of eyes that can see well in the dark. As for weaknesses, she bites when piqued, so be careful. Thus did Dr. Edith write of Diona in her notes of studies into bloodlines, strange and unfamiliar. Oh, Dr. Edith has a book too? Hopefully that becomes readable. That'd be awesome. Think you could bully me? I love her battle quotes. They're great. She's great too. I got her to Friendship 10. She was a great healer for me at the time. Character story 4. Diona is a disappearance did indeed have an impact on Mondstadt's alcohol industry. The Dawn Winery's long-held monopoly was broken overnight by this unexpected ambush from the Cat's Tail, and the man put in charge of the winery business, Elzer, found this unacceptable. A calculating veteran of many industry battles, Elzer considered poaching the key figure, never realizing that Diona considered the Dawn Winery a sort of final boss to be defeated in her quest. This marvel and bold method of preparation must be the secret to these flavors, yes? Diona simply looked at the white-haired man who had just sat down in front of the bar, rank displeased in her eyes. Ah, simply exquisite. I can just feel your incomparable passion and love for wine. Diona's hand started to tremble as she held on to her cocktail shaker, and detecting the change at once with her sharp gaze, Elzer immediately understood. If a brilliant bartender as yourself were to grace the Dawn Winery, with your cooperation, we shall be able to bring Mondstadt's alcohol industry theretofore unseen heights. When Diluc questioned Elzer as of the story behind his bandaged hand later, he uncharacteristically hesitated to say anything. I was bitten by a cat. Did she attack him because he offered the idea of, like, her helping the alcohol business get bigger? Damn, Diona, that's not a good look for you. That makes you look feral. Character story 5. There is a legend about a spring fairy that circulates in Diona's hometown. The fairy once saved a mother and son who had despaired below a well, filling the barren hole with rushing water that pooled and formed a spring. That child, deathly ill, was miraculously healed by those spring waters. Many people came to catch a glimpse of this blessed water and built a settlement around it and left it not thereafter. Over time, this gave rise to the town known as Springvale. Nowadays, few are left who believe that it was anything more than a mere legend, and some even dismiss it as myth-making for tourism's sake. Only little Diona believes in this existence of the spring fairy, and on nights when her father was in a deep, stuporous sleep, he would speak to the moon reflected in the spring's water surface. These were her earnest feelings, honest and wonderful, feeling worthy answers. That was what the spring fairy believed. So Diona would make a curious friend, a companion whom she could bear her feelings to and sometimes assuage her loneliness. On the night of Diona's 7th birthday, as the moonlight reflected off the spring and upon her face, she heard a soft voice of the spring fairy. I will bless you, daughter of hunters, for your days ahead and as a farewell. May your cup always run over with the sweet wine of celebration. May it always be refreshing as spring of ever-melting snow. From that day on, the spring fairy would never appear before Diona again. She left those memories behind, consigning them to her childhood dream. Until today, she has yet to realize that her troublesome constitution has anything to do with that dream. So it's the spring fairy's fault why she has, like, the perfect constitution for crafting and making perfect beverages. That's actually kind of cool. When we did the Wishful Drops event with Endora and the Rage of Rodea, we actually had to go to that spring to replenish Endora's, like, vitality. I remember hearing about this little part of Diona's lore early on in the game, like before I'm actually reading it for myself. So I think it's kind of cool that the essence of the spirit is still within that spring to an extent, to the point that it helped out Endora. So I think that was really awesome. I'm also wondering if the spring fairy of that, like, little spring was an oceanid of some type, or a lock folk as they're technically called, but only time will tell. They confirmed it in the Endora event, Arnold. It's been a while since I've done that event, admittedly. It seems like they did confirm that. Cold cocktail shaker. Diona's father, Draff, is also interested in mixing the occasional drink. Diona's tail would wag from side to side of its own accord as she watched as her father rocking the shaker back and forth at night. But young Diona also found that her father would wind up practically drunk on such nights, becoming dead to the world before he could even finish her bedtime stories. Thus, when Draff went out to hunt one day, she hid the shaker, squirreling it away in the deepest part under her bed. Unexpectedly, her father didn't bother looking for the lost shaker at all. He simply bought a new one back the very next day. When Diona went to the Cat's Tail to try out for the role of bartender, Margaret noticed how the cocktail shaker Diona had with her looked wholly unsuited for her style. Ever skilled with handicraft, Margaret would give Diona a cocktail shaker equipped with a lovely cat's tail as an induction gift. Now, this suits you far better, Margaret said with a satisfying nod. Is it on her back? Yeah, right here. Oh. I was trying to look at her cocktail shaker, all right? Why does it keep doing that? I'm trying to fucking look at the cocktail shaker. Stop. All right, I see it. It looks cool. It's awesome. It's neato. Let's move on. Vision. Diona's antipathy towards alcohol is not hate per se. It can be considered a form of avarice. She wished for her father to always be the man that she admired and treasured every moment that she spent with her family, unwilling to share her happiness with the wine. There was once a storm that lasted 3 days, and for those 3 days, her father, who would be out hunting, did not return. The awful weather prevented the search parties sent by the Knights of Favonius for making such headway, and soon the dread of loss began to hang over Diona like a shroud. If she could not stand to share, how could she bear having something utterly stolen from her? She burst out the door and into the tempest, and the water that stood in her path was frozen by some power she did not recognize. Using her superlative tracking skills, she found her father under a broken gorge. With the help of the other hunters, she returned home with her father, and only did she realize that he was fine did she finally smile again. Do you want me to mix you a drink? It'll numb the pain a little. That was probably the first time she ever mixed a drink in a normal fashion. Oh, it's so refreshing. It's wonderful. Ow! Getting to drink a cocktail from her daughter had made it possibly a better anesthetic by far than the alcohol itself. Still, Diona gaining power over Cryo did not help reconcile her to wine at all. That's an interesting way to get your vision, that's for sure. She basically saved her dad's life. That's crazy.
Diona, bartender of the Cat's Tail. I charge a hefty fee for private events. Huh? You didn't come here for a drink? Then I accept your invitation, I suppose. That stretch feels good.
And she is a cat after all.
Lizard tail, pepper, star conch. What else do I need to create the most dreadfully disgusting cocktail?
Damn.
I wasn't waiting for you. I just happened to be resting.
I like that chat log from her.
Rain! I hate rain. Let's go inside. I'm not scared of water. I just hate it when my clothes get wet.
AKA, I'm a cat. I'm supposed to hate water.
I'm not shaking. I'm not. Ooh, it's so cool to touch. Wow, it's so much fun.
Oh, the snow. Oh, that's cute.
Ooh, look at the little white snowflakes dancing in the wind, to and fro, and isn't it beautiful? Come on, sit with me. Watch.
She's literally a cat. She's just like mesmerized. I could see her like pawing at the snowflakes when they get close to her.
Come on, let's go bask in the sun a bit. If you aren't coming, I'll just go by myself. Last chance. Are you coming or not? Morning. Can you hand me that can of salted loach from the cabinet? Time to destroy the wine industry.
Jesus.
What? No, you heard nothing. I was saving this can of fish for when I was really hungry.
Damn.
Stop looking at it like that. Okay. I'll let you have a little taste, but nothing more.
Canned food. Damn. Cat's line through and through.
Oh, I failed. Again. Everyone loved my drinks. Don't try to comfort me. I don't need comforting. Without cat vision, will you be okay walking home in the dark? If you need me to escort you... What? There's lights? Well, who said anything about escorting you? Go on now.
Damn, Diona, you're getting caught out.
My ears and tail are no prop. They're real. Proof of my cat's line bloodline. It's only weird to you because you've never seen it before. But why are you looking at me like that? Oh, fine. You could touch my ears for a second, but the tail is off limits.
If it's up to me, I don't want to touch either. Just keep it cordial.
You want a non-alcoholic drink? No, that's not difficult, but it's meaningless. It doesn't have anything to do with my grand plan of destroying the wine industry of Mondstadt. I won't waste my time on such a drink.
The one thing that I'm asking for that would make everything better, she's like, nah, could not be me.
Here, I call this fantastic summer serendipity coral sparkling tea. I just made it one day when I was bored. Huh? You say it's popular? People are lining up to buy it? Don't be ridiculous.
I wonder if alcohol tastes good if she drinks her own alcohol as well. I don't think she would ever do that, because if she's like, yo, this is actually really good, she would just like become the very thing she tried to destroy.
Well, if you ever feel lonely, you can chat with me. I know lots of cool things. I'm a good, what's that called? Chatting partner. Yeah, a good chatting partner. Come chat with me. Lots. Okay?
Oh, I love her. She's so sweet.
What's that? What's that? Let me see. Maybe I can add it to my next cocktail to give it a dreadful taste. Huh? It's just a strange-looking mushroom? Oh, how boring.
All right, vision.
How did I get my vision? Simple. Everyone in the Quetzalcoatl lineage gets one.
Your dad doesn't have one.
Huh? Then why doesn't Drav have a vision? Oh no. The cat's out of the bag. Eek!
You see what she did there? I saw what she did there.
Why should I tell you? Since you won't stop asking, and since we're friends, I'll tell you.
Aw.
One time, my daddy went missing on a hunt in a big storm. All I could think of was finding him, saving him. That's it. Are you happy now?
Damn, her dad spurs her on for everything. She wants to stop the wine industry because of her dad. She got her vision because she wanted to save her dad. She's great.
Hey, do you think there are any exotic plants in Dragonspine? Maybe something with a deadly bitterness? Or something that numbs your mouth upon contact? I'm gonna pick a lot. And then... When it comes to butterflies, I'm the best at pouncing on... catching them. Hey, not in a fun way. I catch butterflies to add a nasty taste to my cocktails. I'm not a cat.
You're pretty much a cat.
D-Luke! Oh, I can't stand him. If there was no D-Luke, there'd be no Mondstadt wine industry. And if there was no Mondstadt wine industry, Daddy wouldn't drink. And if Daddy didn't drink, he would keep me company. Oh.
Now I feel bad. Now I actually kind of want her to ruin the wine industry, just so she can be happy with her dad.
How is it that even a captain is a disgusting booze hound? You know, the guy who's got that laugh? He downs drink after drink. Ugh.
Kaya, man.
Venti? I'm not familiar with him. He's a bard? Oh, he must be that guy who sings tunes to entertain the drunkards. Well, then I don't like him. No, no, no!
Damn, if you mess with any drunks, you're not a fan of mine.
How come all my fans are drunk middle-aged men? Well, barbers are all young people. Huh, so stupid. Forget it.
I guess that's the life you should expect being a bartender.
Acting Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius. A rare, mature adult who doesn't drink. But perhaps a little too earnest. Because this is just me. Or are the Knights overdoing it a bit on protecting me?
Albedo!
Alchemy genius? I wonder if he knows of a way to finally help me make a drink that people don't like.
Does she only care about people to the extent that they can help her with her alcohol plan?
Lisa is so nice and gentle. But how could such a gentle person also be a regular drinker? Oh, why? Oh, there's really no hope for Mondstadt, is there? Xiangling once gave me a so awful it goes with nothing food combination she came up with, saying how it tasted absolutely terrible, blah, blah, blah. It didn't work. No use at all. All my little cat ears heard that night was, one more cup of that good stuff.
She can't be the one to stop the wine industry. She needs to acknowledge that.
Every time Klee wants to play with me, I take her somewhere far from the tavern. Alcohol and explosives. Yeah, that's a dangerous combination. I mean, do I want to destroy the wine industry of Mondstadt? Yes, but not in that sense.
Yeah, you don't want to get other people caught up in it.
I adore my daddy more than anyone else. He's the greatest. But daddy after he drinks? Ugh. I must bring an end to the wine industry of Mondstadt. And soon. No time for chit-chat. Life as a mixologist is very busy. When I'm not at the tavern, I'm out collecting ingredients for new recipes. So unless something is urgent, don't bother me.
Unless you're trying to help her out, don't talk to her either.
You wouldn't ask me to meow like a cat, like those booze hounds at the tavern do, would you? I wouldn't do it. No way. I'm not some little house pet that just shakes my ears real cute and stretches my back. I'm Diona Destroyer of the wine industry.
All right, Diona, keep telling yourself that.
How did the destroyer of the wine industry become the Cat's Tail's mascot? You're asking this just to make fun of me. Ooh, you're awful. I won't be giving you any more drinks. Not even water.
She has a very tsundere attitude.
Don't make me angry. I'm pretty tolerant. But don't even try to mess with me. I'm warning you. I bite when I get angry. But maybe I'd let you off easy. No bites.
Hey, she meowed. Mission accomplished.
You and me, we're good friends now, right? I kind of remember having a friend like this before. But maybe it was a dream. Here, give me your hand. Nice and warm. Very nice. Please don't leave me and become another dream.
It wasn't a dream, Diona. It was real. You had a real spirit, freaking fairy, spring fairy friend. That's so sad. She's like, I want to have friends again. Don't leave me like the other one did. And it's like, it was real.
I enjoy hunting. I'm especially good at tracking down prey. But Daddy says that the wild is dangerous. One should only go deep into the forest with a reliable adult. You're a reliable adult, right? How can I make awful tasting drinks? I had high hopes for the soy sauce, milk, giant chili, and dandelion seed cocktail.
Jeez.
My most nightmarish combination to date. But even that was met with praise at the tavern.
Everything.
This is little Diona's best drink yet. Ooh, but I won't give up.
She's a fireball, this one, despite having a cryovision.
Love to eat fish. The fish Daddy cooks is the best. A perfect main course. But eating fish as drunk food? That's absolute blasphemy. Carrots, potatoes, onions, tomatoes.
What?
Yeah, I don't like the taste of any of those vegetables. In fact, I don't eat vegetables at all.
You're never gonna grow. You gotta eat your green veggies. They're good for you.
A cat's eyes can see even the most elusive prey in the dark. A cat's ears can hear even the softest footsteps on the ground.
Okay.
A cat's legs can climb even the tallest tree in all of Tevat.
And unfortunately, I don't have her ascended to find out what other cat features can work. So she did the ears, she did the eyes, the ears, the legs, maybe the tail, like cat's tail. We'll have to come back to that at a later time. Love Diona. Loved her character hangout. I think she has one of the most like personable personalities, like very believable, especially with her motivations of how she perceives alcohol and how that affects people that she cares about, like her dad. Did not know that the fairy that she was with was like so involved with her as a child. It's very serendipitous how that spirit bestowed upon her the thing that will never make it to where she can destroy the alcohol business unless kind of goes away. I really like Diona. I really liked her character quest, or her character hangout rather. I mentioned it that like that character hangout like single-handedly shot her up so many spots as a character that I really liked. Because we played her extensively, she's another character that I got to Friendship 10 that I used as a healer that I really enjoyed at the time. But yeah, Diona was great. Time to move on to the next character.